Welcome to the Clarion Hotel in Myrtle Beach, and this is the 12th annual All Hoop Zone team. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll look back on a tremendous high school basketball season in the PD and the Grand Strand, and we'll award Mr. and Miss Hoop Zone for 2012. Let's get things started by looking at the All Hoop Zone girls roster.
North Myrtle Beach junior guard Taylor ALLMAN led the Lady Chiefs to a 17-8 record this year. She scored 18 points a game and was the team leader, according to head coach Jude Hunt. ALLMAN is also an excellent defender. She averaged 4 steals a game. She's made All-Region 3 times and made All-State this season. Marlboro County senior power forward NIKKEI BLACKBURN led the state in rebounding, averaging more than 20 a contest. She has the strength to score inside and a shooter's touch from mid-range. Blackburn averaged 14 points a game and helped the Lady Bulldogs to a 20-5 record, co-region championship, and into the third round of the playoffs. She will represent South Carolina in the Carolinas All-Star Game. Myrtle Beach High junior forward TANISHA Brown averaged more than 13 points and 11 rebounds for the Lady Seahawks. Brown was a force in the paint with more than 2.5 block shots a game. Her season was cut short with a knee injury. Myrtle Beach head coach Brian Kuiper says Brown is expected to bounce back for what should be a promising senior year. Latta junior shooting guard TIANNA DEBERRY is the Lady Vikings team captain. She just capped off an impressive campaign, averaging nearly 20 points and almost 3 steals a game. She has a full basketball court in the backyard of her home, where she works overtime to improve her game. DeBerry is also an honor roll student. Junior Rachel EXUM from Low Country Day Prep is the WPDE Girls SCISA Player of the Year. EXUM averaged more than 20 points a game with nearly 5 assists for the Lady Marlins. She's known as the X Factor around campus. EXUM averaged 6 steals a game. She's led the Fighting Marlins to 2 consecutive SCISA state titles and 1 soccer championship. She plans to play volleyball in college. In addition to her athletic prowess, EXUM is a straight-A student. Dillon point guard Chelsea Frazier averaged 28.9 points a game her senior season for the Lady Wildcats. Frazier can hit shots from all over the floor, long range, mid-range, drive to the bucket, but she does much more, averaging 4 steals and 6 assists a game. Most amazing is her 7 rebounds a contest from the guard position. She's an honor student and will play in the North-South All-Star Game. Lake City's SHAUNICE Fulmore made All-State as a freshman. She led the Lady Panthers to a 20-win season and into the 2A lower state finals with her all-around play on the court. She's accurate from the field and a fierce rebounder. She averaged a double-double with more than 13 points and 10 rebounds a game. On defense, she recorded 3 steals a contest. Marion sophomore TYSHANNA Lester is one of the area's great young stars. Lester scored more than 21 points a game. She's an excellent jump shooter, but is known for her ability to take the ball inside with authority. Her ball handling skills are impressive, and her defense is what makes her valuable to the Swamp Foxes. She averaged an eye-popping 6 steals a game, helping Marion to a 17-4 record and into the third round of the state playoffs. Darlington senior power forward Jessica McCall finished her career with a bang. She was the Lady Falcons team leader and made All-Region after averaging more than 15 points and nearly 9 rebounds. McCall is a physical player and excellent on defense. She was good for 4 steals and 2 blocks a game. Marlboro County's RASHEDA Patterson is the Lady Bulldogs team leader. She's a 4-year player for head coach Nikita Collins. Her senior season, Patterson averaged more than 17 points a game with over 3 assists and 3 steals. Patterson is a big-time 3-point threat. She made All-Region and is an honor student at Marlboro County High. Cheraw Jr. Alexis Pitts guided the Lady Braves to their best season in more than 3 decades. Cheraw went undefeated on the way to winning the Region 4 Class 2A championship and into the 3rd round of the playoffs. Pitts has been playing varsity ball since the 8th grade. She led the area in steals with an amazing average of 8 per game and was an all-state selection. St. James senior Stephanie Roberts is a 2-time Hoop Zone and all-region selection. She expanded her game to not only be a force inside, but also outside as an accurate shooter. She averaged 13 points and 9 rebounds a game, helping the Sharks to their best season in school history with 21 victories. St. James senior KEYANA Rutledge is a 2-time all-region pick. Rutledge brought plenty of energy to the Lady Sharks, averaging 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. With Rutledge quarterbacking the St. James offense, the Sharks made it to the 2nd round of the playoffs. Hemingway senior KEONDRA Snow made All-State, following a season where she averaged a double-double. Snow scored more than a dozen points and had nearly a dozen rebounds a game. She's a 3-time all-region selection and led the Lady Tigers to an 18-5 record and into the 3rd round of the state playoffs. Johnsonville senior Kiara Turner made All-State twice. Turner's numbers show why she has a complete game. She scored 19 points with nearly 15 rebounds a game. Turner was dominating on defense as well, with more than 4 steals a game. She was also one of the area's top shot blockers, averaging 4.7 every time she stepped on the floor for the Lady Flashes. Destiny Walker is a 6-foot freshman with the West Florence Lady Knights. She averaged 9 points and 9 rebounds a game. She can play every position on the floor, from the post to the point. Marion senior Crystal Washington was a steady force for Coach Leon Sturkey's Lady Swamp Foxes. She averaged nearly 12 rebounds a game and was good for 13 points a night. Washington runs the floor well, and she was a great defender with more than 60 steals her senior season.
Time for us to take a break. When we come back, we meet the boys roster. That's when the 12th Annual Hoop Zone Banquet continues right after this.
Lake City senior Kevin Adams stands 6'2". He averaged 14 points and over 6 rebounds a game. This all-region selection was also good for more than 2.5 steals per contest. Head coach Jerry Harwell says Adams was Lake City's morale leader and a dominant force in the paint. In Johnsonville, they just call him Duke. Arion Black finished his senior year by leading the Flashes to the best season in school history. They won the Class 1A Region 8 championship and made their first state basketball title appearance. Duke was all-region and all-state. Johnsonville head coach Harris Avent says Duke's best asset is his defensive skills. Arion Duke Black averaged 15.5 points a game for Johnsonville. Carvers Bay senior guard Tiandre Bromell is the total package. 3-time all-region and made all-state. He averaged a double-double during his final 2 seasons with the Bears. Bromell is the all-time leading scorer at Carvers Bay with over 1,100 points. Off the court, he heads up a mentoring program. He's worked in soup kitchens and helped rebuild homes in the wake of Hurricane Katrina. Bromell is being recruited by colleges for both basketball and football. South Florence guard Will Daniels is a smooth operator on the floor. This Region 6-4A Co-Player of the Year averaged 16 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals a game during his senior season for the Bruins. Head coach John Schweitz calls Daniels the glue. He's got excellent range, knows how to share the basketball, and Will Daniels is a solid student at South Florence High. Caleb Duggan from St. James High led his region in scoring, averaging 19.5 points a game. He was second in the region in steals and shot 75% from the line. Duggan made all region. He was a 3-sport star at St. James in basketball, baseball, and football. Hannah-Pamplico junior guard Devontae Ellis is a two-time All-Region performer. Ellis filled up the nets for 21 points a game and averaged 4 assists. He's a slasher, but he can also dial it up from long distance. Ellis is a nephew of former HP star Corey Groover. He says he enjoys math and English. HP head coach Kedrell Timmons says Ellis is an unselfish player who has a bright future. Socastee senior Travis Fry was Region Player of the Year. He made All-State and was selected to play in the North-South All-Star Game. Fry averaged 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists a contest. Coach Tommy Johnson calls Fry a bulldog competitor. He shot 83% from the free throw line and helped the Braves make it into round 2 of the Class 3A playoffs. Timminsville shooting guard Tony Fulton led the Whirlwinds into the second round of the Class 1A playoffs. He averaged 20 points a game with 9 assists every time he laced them up. Coach Thaddeus Hickson says Fulton was the backbone of his team. Fulton is getting looks from colleges in both football and basketball. Robert Gray from Carolina Forest was a co-region player of the year on a team that shared the Region 6-4A championship. Gray is a two-time all-region selection, and this year he made All-State. Robert Gray has verbally committed to play baseball at Liberty. Mullins senior point guard Chris Harley has been a starter since the 10th grade for the Auctioneers. He started the year by winning the MVP at the Pepsi Classic in Florence. He went on to average 11 points a game this year with 6 assists and 3 steals. He's a smart player, great ball handler, and has a low turnover ratio. Harley was an all-region selection. Kendall Henry from Christian Academy of Myrtle Beach is the WPDE Hoop Zone Skiza Player of the Year. This star led Christian Academy to an 18-win season. Henry scored 17.5 points a game with more than 8 boards a contest. He was named Region 4 Player of the Year after recording 14 double-doubles and 1 triple-double during his junior year. Henry is also a straight-A student. Darlington's Trevon James is the Region 6 Class 3A Player of the Year. As a 3-year varsity letterman, James played on 3 state region championship teams. He averaged 17 points a game and hauled down nearly 12 rebounds a night for Ken Howell's Falcons. James made All-State and is an honor student at Darlington High. Andrews senior guard Harold Langley Jr. was a scoring machine for the Yellow Jackets. He averaged nearly 24 points a game, helping Andrews into the second round of the Class 2A playoffs. He earned Region 7 Class 2A Player of the Year honors and made All-State. This 4-year letterman is being recruited by Division I schools. Small forward Ezreal Moye from Hemingway averaged nearly 19 points a game, along with 8 rebounds and 2 blocked shots his senior year for the Tigers. Moye was All-Region for 2 years. The 6'3.5" senior, known as AZ in Hemingway, has a 3.7 GPA and is attracting interest from both Division I and small colleges. Hartsville junior Jalen Shaw is a 4-tool player. According to his head coach Eric Samuel, Shaw can hit the outside shot. He's accurate from mid-range, can play above the rim. He's an excellent passer, and he averaged more than 19 points a game with 6.5 assists and led the Red Foxes to a Class 3A title appearance. This all-state selection is also solid in the classroom. Creekbridge senior Vic Williams was the top boys scorer in the PD in Grand Strand. He averaged nearly 25 points a game for the Warriors and totaled over 1,500 points in his career. Williams earned Region 8 1A Player of the Year honors and made All-State. Myrtle Beach guard Tramon Wilson is known even more for his football accomplishments. His 15 TD grabs tied him for the most in the area. Wilson turned some heads in basketball, scoring 44 points in a win over Carvers Bay. He averaged 14 a game, shot 50% from the field, and 75% from the line. He earned all-region honors. Seahawks head coach Craig Martin says Wilson is the best defensive player he's had in 16 years of coaching. Hartsville's Devontae Washington busted onto the All-Hoop Zone team thanks to his phenomenal performances in the state playoffs. Washington capped off his junior year by averaging more than 14 points and 10 rebounds a game. The 6'5" Washington scored 21 points in the Class 3A state championship to lead the Red Foxes to a 22-4 record and the first boys basketball title in school history.
When we come back, we'll meet the finalists for Miss Hoop Zone 2012. That's when the Hoop Zone Banquet continues right after this.
The 2012 Miss Hoop Zone finalists are Timminsville's Sade Eli, Mullins' Brittany Rowell, and Khadijah Sessions from Myrtle Beach High. Here they are in alphabetical order. Timminsville guard Sade Eli has just completed her sophomore season with the Whirlwinds. She's already getting looks from major D1 schools. Eli averaged 23 points a game and hauled down a dozen rebounds, leading the Winds to a state title appearance. She's already scored more than 1,500 points in her career with 2 years to go. She's a fantastic dribbler and passer. On defense, she was good for 3 steals a game. Head coach Perry Stokes says everything starts with Sade Eli when it comes to Timminsville basketball. Mullins senior Brittany Rowell had a phenomenal senior season for the Lady Auctioneers. Rowell led the charge by grabbing 10 boards a game and tickling the twine for 21 points. Rowell helped Mullins win the Region 8 Class 2A title on the way to a third-round appearance in the state playoffs. She's a great leaper and ball handler, earning her all-state honors. Brittany Rowell will play in the North-South All-Star Game. Khadijah Sessions from Myrtle Beach High is the Class 3A State Player of the Year. The senior superstar led the area in scoring by averaging nearly 30 points a game. The 5'8" point guard ranks 5th in the history of South Carolina for girls basketball in scoring with more than 3,000 points. During her high school career, she guided Myrtle Beach to 2 state championships and has won the Miss Hoop Zone Award 2 times. She has signed to play college ball with the South Carolina Lady Gamecocks. Khadijah Sessions will play in the Carolinas All-Star Classic. Once again, here they are, Sade Eli from Timminsville, Brittany Rowell from Mullins, and Khadijah Sessions from Myrtle Beach High.
So many great players have had their name on this trophy, and it's Khadijah Sessions getting her name on it one more time. Khadijah Sessions from Myrtle Beach, Miss Hoop Zone 2012. Khadijah, congratulations. This is your 3rd Miss Hoop Zone trophy. You are the first athlete in our history to be a 3-time winner, so congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Tell me a little bit about who you want to thank, first of all, on this great honor and accomplishment.
First of all, I want to thank God and thank it wouldn't be possible without him and my family, my friends, my coach, Coach Kuiper, and my teammates, because, you know, individual awards doesn't mean anything without your team.
How excited are you to be a Lady Gamecock playing for one of the best women's basketball players in history in Dawn Staley?
You said it, one of the best basketball players in women's history, Dawn Staley. You gotta be excited to play for her.
No question about it. Folks in Columbia are going to be real excited to see Khadijah Sessions in a Lady Gamecocks uniform. Let's go to Mark Haggard, who's standing by with Coach Kuiper.
Rich, yes, here with Myrtle Beach High girls coach Brian Kuiper, and it's a double whammy in a good way for you. Your 39th birthday today, and also Khadijah Sessions wins her 3rd Miss Hoop Zone.
Well, thank you, first of all, and it's just so proud and happy for Khadijah. And you know, I thought more than anything else last year when Jasmine won the award, I thought Khadijah handled it with class. I mean, you know, Jasmine rightfully won the award. Khadijah was very happy for it, but Khadijah also made the comment that, you know, she was happy to be able to celebrate a state championship with her teammates, and then to come back this year and, you know, just the amazing season that she had really carrying us once TANISHA went down with that injury was, you know, just a phenomenal season for her.
Who will join Khadijah Sessions on the big stage? We'll meet the finalists for Mr. Hoop Zone when we return.
The finalists for the 2012 Mr. Hoop Zone are Darnell Coleman from Mullins, Wilson's Brandon Jones, and Marion's Marqui McKelvy. Here they are in alphabetical order. Mullins shooting guard Darnell Coleman is the Region 8 Class 2A Player of the Year. He averaged 17 points a game his senior season for the Auctioneers. Coleman has more varsity wins than any area player. Through his 5-year high school career, which spans back to the 8th grade, Coleman has 138 victories with only 20 losses. Head coach Mark Gerald says Coleman is confident in his ability to score and get other teammates involved. Coleman made All-State, and he will play in the Carolinas Classic. Wilson High senior forward Brandon Jones averaged 17 points and 9 rebounds a game for the Tigers. Jones is a versatile player, according to his head coach DeAndre Scott. He says Jones presents matchup problems with his size, and at 6'6", he can play any position on the floor. Jones has the ability to start the fast break and finish the break, usually with some spectacular dunks. This big fella is the younger brother of former Wilson and Gamecock star Sam Muldrow. Brandon Jones is a 2-time All-Region pick and will play in the prestigious North Carolina-South Carolina All-Star game later this month. He will likely be a shooting guard in college and is leaning toward a commitment to South Carolina State. Brandon Jones is a 2-time All-Region pick and will play in the Carolinas All-Star Classic. 6'6" junior Marqui McKelvy from Marion High is known as a dunk master. He thrills crowds with his thunderous slams, but that's only the beginning of his story. McKelvy had nearly 90 block shots this season, and he cleaned up the glass to a tune of 14 rebounds a game. McKelvy is the total package. He's a solid ball handler, can hit the mid-range jumper, and drain the three. He's a 2-time Region 8 Class 2A Player of the Year, a 2-time All-Stater, and the Division I schools are lining up to check out this tremendous talent in Swamp Fox country. But they'll have to wait one more year before this 3-year letterman graduates. Once again, here are the finalists for the 2012 Mr. Hoop Zone. Darnell Coleman from Mullins, Wilson's Brandon Jones, and Marion's Marqui McKelvy.
The big trophy has been to so many great towns, starting with Latta and Raymond Felton, then to Ramon Sessions at Myrtle Beach, and stops including Marlboro County and Hemingway. It's time for a new town to enjoy the Mr. Hoop Zone trophy. It's heading to Marion. Marqui McKelvy wins Mr. Hoop Zone 2012. Marqui, a great podium up here with Brandon Jones and Darnell Coleman, and he's got to feel pretty special to win this award.
Yes, sir. I feel real special.
How are you feeling right now? Are you surprised that you're Mr. Hoop Zone?
Yeah, a little bit.
Tell me who you want to thank in the great town of Marion, because you're going to be bringing this trophy there.
God, my family, and my coach, John Washington.
So where's his trophy going to be?
I don't know yet.
Well, they better clear some room in the McKelvy house for the Mr. Hoop Zone trophy. Mark Haggard is standing by with a very proud Swamp Foxes coach.
Yeah, Rich, I'm here with John Washington, the Marion boys head coach. Are you a little surprised?
Oh, not really. Marqui had a very good season. He's a great young man, great talent, led our team. He definitely deserved his honor.
And you know the best of all for you? He's back next year.
Oh, yeah, it makes my job a whole lot easier.
Congratulations to 2012 Mr. Hoop Zone Marqui McKelvy from Marion and Miss Hoop Zone 2012 for the 3rd time, Khadijah Sessions of Myrtle Beach. For Mark Haggard and all the great folks behind the scenes, I'm Rich Crampanis. Thanks for watching the 2012 Hoop Zone Banquet.